The opinions expressed during this podcast are conversational in nature and may or may not contain subject matter and language that some audiences may find suggestive and/or offensive. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, welcome to Talking Politics with Frankenballs. As always, I'm your host, Frankenballs, and I'll be talking about politics. And as always, please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Please leave any feedback you have, anything you want to discuss, anything in the comments below. And please subscribe, hit that bell icon. That helps my channel so much. And let's get to it. So, if you watched my intro video to this podcast, I told you a little bit about my own personal viewpoints and where I fall on politics. So, at the end of this video, I will show you a website where you can go to take a political test that has a lot of questions and that will help you figure out exactly which political party you most align with. So please stay tuned for that, and I will show you. But let's jump into it. So today I'm going to react to this video called Democrats versus Republicans. What is the difference between Democrats and Republicans? And then I will pause after each section and just give a little about where I fall on either side. And I might even do individual videos per subject if y'all decide that would be really cool and y'all want to hear it. So let's get started.
Have you ever wondered what the difference is between the political parties, Democrats and Republicans? This video will explain some of the essential differences between the two. Ideals. The Democratic Party believes in a strong government, in which the government has a more progressive approach to helping citizens of the United States. They are typically more liberal in their views on the rights of citizens. The Republican Party, however, pushes for a more limited and less controlling government. They take a more conservative approach to most rights of citizens. They promote citizens' individual rights to choose. The economy.
Okay, so let's talk about this. The ideals. Me personally, I do believe, I do fall on the side of the Republicans. I believe that government should be small and limited, and stay out of the private business of other people. Less regulations, less three-letter agencies, all that. I believe that they have a lane, they should stick to it. And they should only be allowed to do things which are in the U.S. Constitution. More power to the states and the individual than for the government. So moving on to the economy.
Democrats push for a progressive taxation on citizens. This means that the higher a person's income, the higher their taxes should be, and the person that receives a lower income should be taxed less. They believe that everyone should have a job that pays enough to raise a family. Republicans support cutting taxes whenever possible without hurting the overall budget and the nation's debt. Republicans also support free market competition, entrepreneurship, such as starting your own business, and capitalism. They believe that every American deserves the right to own, invest, build, and prosper.
Okay, so let's talk about the economy. And I do want to do individual videos to go into more detail. But now the Democrats' view, it for some people it makes sense, but taxing the rich, because they make more money, they can afford the taxes, and giving that extra money to the poor, like Robin Hood. But realistically, that's not going to work. Plus, it's my money. I want to be able to pay for things that I need. I want have my money that I worked for and own and got. And the government comes in and takes 20% of my paycheck away. I hate that. I do believe in lower taxes. Overall, it will help the economy. Lower taxes means more profit for the corporations, who will then be able to provide more benefits. And lower tax rate also is good for entrepreneurs and people who want to start their own business and own their own business. If you start a business, but then you get a high tax rate and all these regulations, your business may not thrive. So that's one. I fall kind of on the Republican side. And please let me know down in the comments below where you fall on each of these issues. Next is healthcare.
Healthcare. Democrats support more federally funded healthcare programs. During his presidency, Barack Obama began the federally funded healthcare program called Obamacare, which ensured all citizens with access to affordable health care. Democrats also want to ensure that all citizens can pay for their health care expenses. Republicans support to keep healthcare private. This means that citizens are given choices on the healthcare provider that they would like to use. Healthcare providers compete with each other to provide affordable healthcare.
So let's talk about healthcare. It was a good idea for Obamacare, because you said, people need to afford health insurance. But here's the thing. It should be somebody's own personal choice. You shouldn't be forced into a plan. I believe in a free market society, a competitive capitalist society. I believe that you should have your own choice. So if you have private healthcare, and these private healthcare, they're not forced to do anything, the overall the premiums are going to be low because they need to compete with their competitors. Because what happens if Blue Cross Blue Shield decides to raise their prices this high, but over here Cigna, they offer the same benefits but at a lower price. I'm going to switch to Cigna. I'm not going to stay with Blue Cross. And so what that does is it keeps those major health companies regulated, and they're able to balance and keep prices low. And military. Let's talk about the military.
Military. Democrats strongly believe that the production of nuclear material must stop. They would like to see that nuclear weapons worldwide be safeguarded, stating, "We need to find it, catalog it, and lock it away." They would like to reduce the nation's budget on military defense spending, and they believe that peace is achieved through worldwide relationship building with other nations. The Republican Party believes that the key to protecting America is maintaining a strong, traditional military. They believe that the country should have a strong and comprehensive defense system. Republican views on military are centered around the belief that strengthening the military will build a safer world and a better guarantee for peace.
Okay, let's talk about this. So, I do agree that nuclear weapons are bad, and we should never, ever, ever again set off a nuclear bomb. However, I do believe we should research into nuclear power. It's a lot safer. It's safer for the environment. It's better for the environment. Less pollution. But yes, if there is a meltdown and leakage, that's not good for the environment. But overall, you can produce more power for less pollution, as long as we stay regulated and make sure everything is contained and all of that. And yes, the idea of talking to to the world and making relationships, that's great in a perfect world. But we don't live in a perfect world. I personally believe we should be negotiating and talking from a position of strength. A strong military does that. If you have a strong military, then you aren't going to be attacked. You're going to be perceived as strong, and you have chips to bargain with. Right now, the U.S. is perceived as weak. We need to support the military, have a strong military. Then we can talk to other people about peace. We can't negotiate or talk about peace from a position of weakness. So the next subject, this is one that I know is going to have a lot of controversy, and I would love to hear your opinions, but I will also give my opinion.
Gun control. Democrats support policies that restrict and monitor gun control. Generally, Democrats oppose the right to carry concealed weapons in public places. Republicans want to limit the amount of gun control restrictions. They strongly support the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, as well as the right to carry concealed weapons in public places. Marriage.
Okay, let's talk about gun control. I don't know where you guys fall on either side. Yes, I do agree that there is gun violence. However, I don't believe the problem is the guns. Guns are not evil. Guns are just a tool. Guns are not bad. It's the people who are bad. The people doing this gun violence are criminals, or they have mental issues. I want to be able to own a gun and protect my family, protect my property. Here's my viewpoint. I think it's better to own a weapon and never, ever, ever have to fire it than get in a situation where you don't have a weapon and you do need to use it. So it's much better. It's much better to be cautious. And I may never, ever, ever fire a weapon, but if there's that 1 in a million chance that I do in a situation where I need to protect myself, protect my family, protect my wife and kids, I'm going to want a weapon to use to protect myself. Marriage. Let's talk about marriage.
Democrats generally support same-sex marriage, although Democrats remain largely divided on the issue, as some only support civil unions between a man and a woman. Republicans support the constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. They strongly support civil unions between a man and a woman.
Okay, let's talk about this. Marriage. I believe that we should keep religion out of everything. Even though my own personal belief, I believe that homosexuality is wrong. And I believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. I'm not going to force my belief on you guys. I'm not going to force you to follow my belief. Or guys or girls or whatever you are. So I believe that, marriage should be between a man and a woman, but because I also believe in the Declaration of Independence and in the U.S. Constitution that the U.S. is supposed to be a land of peace, prosperity, happiness. We should not discriminate against who you love, what gender you are, and what you believe. I believe we should respect all beliefs and everything, but we should not be forced. The belief should not be forced on us. So I believe that it should be a personal choice for you. Now, this next topic is very hotly debated. There's a lot of people on either side. I'll tell you where I fall.
Abortion. Democrats generally support a pro-choice policy which allows women to make their own choice when it comes to abortion. Republicans generally support a pro-life policy with an emphasis on promoting alternatives to abortion, such as adoption. Immigration.
Okay, so let's talk about abortion. My own personal beliefs, I believe that abortion is murder. I believe life begins at conception. However, like I said with the previous subject, I believe that you should be able to do what makes you happy. You should not be forced to do something that you don't want to do. So I believe the government should not make a law for or against it. It should be allowed. But if I was to support a ban on abortion, I do believe there are exceptions: rape, incest, and if having the baby is going to be will hurt or kill the mother, or the quality of life for the baby will be horrible, then that should be okay. But if you make a decision to have sex, then you should deal with the consequences. I believe there should be an emphasis on purity. I believe there should be instances on safe sex and sex education. But because I know realistically, a lot of people cannot stay abstinent. So abortion, I think, should be legal because that's my political belief. And immigration, this is a hot topic right now. This is our next topic. There's a lot going on right now in the news and with everything. So let's see the differences between Democrats and Republicans on immigration.
Democrats do not promote strict immigration restrictions. This means that there are less restrictions allowing it for immigrants from other countries to move to the United States. Republicans promote strict immigration restrictions. This means that they support closed or tight borders and a thorough tracking system for foreign travelers. They support monitoring and regulating the amount of immigrants moving to the United States.
Okay, so let's talk about immigration. So, I do understand the U.S. is a melting pot and was founded on immigration, effing white people, bro. But we should be vetting all of these immigrants. We're letting all these people in without checking them. We have known terrorists in the U.S. today. We have criminals in the U.S. who have murdered and raped our U.S. citizens. We have kids who've been murdered from illegal immigrants. I believe there should be a vetting process. My wife is Salvadorian. She is a first-generation American. Her parents migrated from El Salvador. And they were in the U.S. for years illegally. When she was born, they were still illegal. Her stepdad, just last year, has his green card, and he's been illegal. He's been in the U.S. for her whole life. So as long as you are contributing to society, you are integrating. You're not making money and sending it all to Mexico. You are producing in the U.S. and you are integrating. I believe there should be an easy path to citizenship. And yes, you should be vetted because we don't want people from our enemy countries, fighting age men from these countries like Iraq, Iran, Syria, North Korea, our enemies. We don't want them here. We should make exceptions for asylum seekers, but we need to vet them to make sure that they fit that category. Please let me know in the description below what you think.
Although Democrats and Republicans differ on their views and policies, they compromise and work together in the Senate and in Congress to pass laws that help to protect and serve the American people.
So, I hope that was pretty informative for you. I hope that you start thinking about what you believe. I would love to hear your beliefs. I love to hear beliefs. I love to get discussions about why you believe what you believe. So definitely in the comments below. I also wanted to show you this website. If you don't know where you fall, you can take this extensive quiz to figure out where you fall on the political spectrum. It's www.isidewith.com/political quiz. Sign up, and then you take this quiz, and I will I will show you on the screen. So you take this quiz, and so there's yes or no answer. So should the government increase spending on public transportation? You can do yes or no, or you can do, I would suggest doing other stances so you have a lot more choices. So you see there's yes and provide more free public transportation. Yes, but only if the spending goes towards environmentally friendly solutions. No, we should reduce current spending. No, we have more important issues that need funding, so on and so forth. So you have transportation issues. You've got criminal issues. Should convicted criminals have the right to vote? Social issues. Should the government continue to fund Planned Parenthood? Other stances. Yes, as long as their funding is not used for abortion procedures. And that's what I chose. But there's these other choices as well. So if you hit other stances, some of them will only have yes or no, but majority of the questions will have other stances that may fall more in line with what you believe. Then once you do it, you fill out all the questions. Make sure you hit show more economic questions. Hit the show more questions so you can fill out every single question. So you have a more expansive thing. Then you go and you just do show my results. And so I've already answered all of these. And so, I need to log in. Let me log in, and it'll show you my stuff. So it's going to load my saved answers, and I have 2 questions to answer, so I took this quiz. So, do I support a 2-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? This I would have to think about. At the moment, I do support a 2-state solution. So, there's this as well, which I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to do this. In response to the topic of steep answers, I have no idea what that is, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I think I answered the questions, so I'm going to show my results. So it's going to analyze everything, all of your answers and everything. And when you're finished, it's going to show you what political party you most align with. So I most align with the Libertarian Party. And it'll tell you the key values. If you click on it, it'll give you more details of everything. It'll give you your answers and where your answers fell on the spectrum. If you go to the elections tab, it can show you which candidate that you should support. Because, wow, Joe Exotic is on the political ballot. I did not know he was on the presidential ballot. That's crazy. That's pretty funny. Apparently, 70%. I agree 70% with what he believes. And looks like my good choice would be Chase Oliver. I need to research what he believes, but I'm not going to vote. I know who I'm voting for. And it goes to U.S. Senate and so on and so forth. And ideologies. You can see there's more details with this. But I highly suggest this website. Go to it. Fill it out yourself. So see, I believe in small government. Minarchism. So a lot of this stuff, this is what I believe. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know everything in the video, and I will see you next time. Thanks.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's content, just ask that you please subscribe so you can be notified of all new videos. Try to release weekly, so please just hit the like down below. Also hit the subscribe button. Thanks. Bye.